hang on tight.
All right, everyone, we're back. Is this episode 3 or 2?
This is episode 1 because it was 0 and 0.5.
Oh, okay. So this is episode 1. We are. I'm Dennis.
I'm Dave.
And we might be two-headed giants. And we are going to continue to two-head drafts to compare against our own drafts. So Ikoria just came out. We still managed to get some data in just as a baseline. So I did premiere drafts. I'm 3-3 in one and 5-2 in another. That gives me a 61.5% win rate. Dave, what's your record right now?
So I've done 3 drafts at 5-3, 5-3, and 2-3.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's all right. 4-3, 4-3, 2-3. So 10 wins, 9 losses. So my percentage is 51.33%.
All right. So 3 or less, 2 heads are not better than 1.
Mm-hmm.
4 wins, you are slightly better off. 4 wins plus 5 wins. I think that I'm about par. And 6 and 7, then 2 heads are definitely better than 1.
Right.
All right. So those are the stakes. So both of us have played. I have high hopes for this format. I think there's a lot going on that's cool. I've had games that are fun and back and forth without being like swingy because of disgusting, game-altering, non-fun interaction.
Mm-hmm.
I think that cycling is a mechanic that really rewards good play. And I think mutate is a mechanic that forces you to be a little risky in a good way.
I like that it's not really blowouts in one direction or another.
It hasn't been. I've kept a lot of land heavy hands because I just feel like my deck has so much gas in it.
Yeah.
Even though with cycling too, if I get like stuff that I can't play, it just gives me more stuff. So anyway, I like how the archetype's shaking up. I won't play. Let me tell you about my game of Magic, but I'm happy with it so far. So we're gonna join one of these queues. We're gonna try to run through the whole thing and see how we do.
People drafting too, which is very exciting.
People, and we'll see if there's 9 people at this table. They don't know it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, there could be more. They could also have.
They could be streamers and have 1,000 people with them.
It's true. Shouting things at them in the chat.
Yeah.
It's also been super popular, so these have been insta-firing.
Yes.
Server has been doing weird things as a result, so we'll see if that pops up.
Yeah, I've had some plays that perhaps it's due to my lack of dexterity. Perhaps it's due for like the server stutter. I always like second guess myself because I don't want to be a baby, but I don't know. I've made some mistakes as well. That comes with the territory.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so this is an easy rare draft, I think. But we can talk about the pack. Yiru the Wandering Monster, he's a huge fatty that can win the game on his own, 8/8 for 7. But he's a 2-mana cycler, so it's a very low opportunity cost. And if you happen to cycle him, and when you cycle him, he's shuffled back into your deck. And if you cycle him 4 times, he comes out on that 4th cycle. We are going to be passing a Fire Prophecy, a Dead Weight, both of which are very solid removals. Blood Curdle as well.
I'm not big on Dead Weight in this format so far.
But
definitely Fire Prophecy, very good. Blood Curdle, very good.
And I would think that Divine Arrow is situational but solid.
Yeah.
I would think that looking at this pack, the pick that would then stand out is probably the Blood Curdle, right?
Yeah.
Not that I'm really worried about signals so much this early in a draft, but just for thoughts.
There's actually a bunch of stuff that I think will be something. Oh, man. So I've played with this twice now, and it's very, very good.
I played against it, and they got it out late. Otherwise, they would have killed me.
Yeah.
Chittering Harvester, that's one of those mutates that does have a decent cost. With mutate, there's like fewer creatures running around. Flame Spill, excellent removal. It's on color. It essentially is like a trample spell, deal 4 damage, excess and dealt the creature's controller. I don't think it's particularly close.
Yeah,
because it lets us stay in color. Death's Oasis, I wouldn't want to get cheeky with that this early, to be
yeah.
honest.
It wheels, man. Last few drafts, I mean, I'm sure partly because people are still getting used to it, but cards were wheeling super late that were excellent, not just 3-color ones either. Just like
So, and again, we're passing some decent black stuff off to people. So, if I had to guess, we're showing a lot of strong black for them. So, Titan's Nest.
yeah, that one less exciting.
Yeah, I'm probably not so worried about that. The Rooting Moloch, that is very strong.
Yeah.
That's better than the Lava Servant. It's an uncommon as well, so we're unlikely to see it more. It keeps us on color.
Mm-hmm.
Gust of Wind is okay, but it puts us in a new color. I
Easy
just
Prey is decent.
Yeah, if you mutate, you latch onto it. But do you think any of these things bridge? A, are any of them better than Rooting Moloch? And B, are they worth leaving our color? Because being open right now in our start of a format is really good.
Yeah, I think I think you're right that this is both the best card in the pack and it's still on color. So
Yes, yeah. So we've got two very good high-end creatures, and two that cycle. King Caesar.
Yeah, these Godzilla ones
They're
I probably need
confusing.
to turn off because I don't recognize them, but that's the anthem.
That's probably not. That's not that great. Necropanther is very strong, but not in colors that we're in.
Yeah, although it does mutate for one of the off colors, so.
Okay, so it can be a single color inclusion. Corpse Churn is perfectly cromulent. Imposing Vantasar, good. I mean, our cycling, we do want cycling synergies in general.
Yeah.
We could go red-white is the cycling deck if we want to go Imposing Vantasar.
Sure. I think the other
Necropanther could be okay, but we're not going that direction so far.
Yep. So Vantasar?
Yeah, I think Vantasar.
Sure.
And the Scoured Barons could wheel.
This is the super trample guy.
Yes.
Fine.
Prickly whatever it is, the Marmoset.
Yep.
He works with that deck that we're looking at. Charge of Forever Beast.
Yeah, there's 2 green removal spells that are. This one I had last draft, and it's not as good as I thought it was going to be, but.
Ram Through is the Fight Trampler, right?
Yes.
Those are probably both better than the Imposing Vantasar. But are they? But the Prickly Marmoset is a reasonable card if we're going to go cycling.
Yep.
What are you thinking?
I think staying open is fine.
Yes. I think that if our last pick had been green, I'd probably take the Ram Through over the Marmoset, but we could always bail on white, or we could keep running the white card as a splash because it has the easy stuff.
So there's another one of those that's pretty late. Pick 6.
Pretty late. Shredded Sails is such a free roll. It's an excellent sideboard card that you basically get low opportunity cost on.
That's true.
And it flips our archetype.
But we'll also, I think we'll pick those up super late.
That's true. So we could take charge of the Forever Beast as it's an uncommon, and then be like eyeballing between green and Blade Banish is also. We could take Blade Banish.
Yeah, I'm in for Blade Banish, I think.
Yeah, Blade Banish is good. Great situational move. It's exactly the sort of creatures you want to kill. Okay. This pack, let's see.
White Mentor's fine.
The Perimeter, yeah, General's Enforcer, probably not.
Yeah, pretty far from that.
Human Anthem, probably not.
This is
so
fine.
I think we're probably looking at the Vigilance Mentor.
Yeah.
Insight Mentor. He's likely not to make the cut if we go pretty deep into cycling.
Yep.
But if we run a couple Vantasars, maybe.
Yeah, I found the Mentors to be pretty solid.
The Dreneth Healer is right up our alley. A cheap cycler that gets benefits. The Tigerilla is we're not trying to beat down that way. The Gremlin's unplayable. The Pyroceratops, that's more the blue deck, I think.
We're not really I think the cycling deck and the non-creature spell deck kind of fight each other.
Yeah, I think they're an onbo.
I think this is a good card that's going late. Again, we're seeing some decently late green, but
Yeah, we're seeing some good late green, but I think that our deck is shaping up well enough that I'm not looking to bail this late on our deck.
yep.
Still really and dead
That's
weight.
sad.
Wow. So none of these cards will make it into our deck. We could just take the Sweetwater Cliffs to say open for a splash.
That's kind of what I'm thinking because Jeskai is one of the supported wedges.
I mean, we're definitely. I think that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I could see taking one of the green cards as a flyer. If one of them had cycling, I'd be more inclined to do it. But let's take the
That's a good point. This actually does work in the cycling deck.
Yes.
You don't actually have to cast them.
That card's still bad.
Have humans.
We're not playing blue or black, so I think the Spell Eater Wolverine. Again, that one is, I would say, potentially on the chopping block, depending on what our spells look like. Lava Serpent, no brainer. It does exactly what we want to do. If it comes down on turn 6 with 5/5 haste, it is a problem for people. I love it.
And again, you just cycle it early, not feel bad about it.
Scoured Barrens, same logic. I would just gobble those up.
Yeah, puts us into Mardu if we want to go that way.
Yes. It gives us openings. Whatever.
Making an executive decision on these.
Yes, whatever. I mean, and that one, those two we could splash if we were desperate, if we were losing out on our cyclings.
It's true.
Okay, this card I don't know what the hell it does.
So it's whenever one of your creatures with counters dies,
it's like
go
a
on
counter
hit, and then you can move everything from it.
So that's probably not worth dealing with.
Yeah.
Another Necropanther. This is the Crystal. It's some ramp. It's some fixing. The Necropanther.
I kind of like the Panther because when you cycle a lot of these cheap guys, and then you get them back, and you can just wait into this white.
Yeah. We do have the one land now, so Necropanther I think is reasonable.
And I mean the Marmoset probably can pick those up later.
Now, Marmoset is not a high priority.
Yeah.
I think Necropanther is good here.
This does cycle for 1.
But it's bad.
Dire
Tactics, if we're looking to splash black, it's a very solid removal card. I think it's better enough than the rest of the pack, and we already are kind of tipping our toes in. I think I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Fire Prophecies, excellent removal.
Yeah.
Reconnaissance Mission, not our colors.
This guy probably would be second for me.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a dude who does stuff. If people don't deal with him, he becomes a threat. But he doesn't meet our synergies.
Yeah.
And he doesn't advance our game plan. So I'm fine with Fire Prophecy. Its ability to tuck a card and draw is extremely strong with all the other cycling we're trying to do, in addition to the 3 damage.
Okay, so the Do Things Fights card.
Target creature fights another target creature. Why is that so much more expensive? Because it's in red?
No, because you can make your opponent's creatures fight each other.
Oh, duh. Okay, so
that's an instant too.
That's extremely good. Now I get it. This is why I want to play more.
Yep.
I would take that, yes.
Yep.
Now we are a little light on cyclers, I think.
Not only that, but we really want some of those red-white payoffs to be in this deck.
Yeah, and we're not seeing them.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't feel like we're cut off on those colors, but we haven't seen the lion. And he's a big one. That card is underwhelming, although I did screw it up because someone had mutated that and I didn't remember it was underneath it, so that was a good game. Will the All Hunter, that's a decent cycler, a decent combat trick. Scoured Barrens, I don't want to take that early.
Yeah.
I think I'm Will the All Hunter. It matches our deck, but I'm not wild about it.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing about this is if you do damage to it yourself, but we didn't pick up any of those arrows or whatever.
No.
Yeah, we can take this. There we go. Divine Arrow. So Divine Arrow or Prickly Marmoset.
Divine Arrow. I'll be pretty sad if Prickly Marmoset is our cycling payoff,
Yeah, it's true.
which it may be. I
Yeah.
mean, this is pick 6, so we're not going to get many more fresh looks.
There's also the Jeskai Crystal, but
We're not that strong in blue.
yeah, we're not ramping towards anything. So this is a good trick, but this is
That's a payoff.
for the cycling deck.
Yeah. We should probably go with it. It's like a light payoff. Like I'd rather be like blasting things with my lion that does a 2-point creature life drain, but
this is like really wants us to be hyper aggressive.
All right, Flourishing Fox is very easily the pick here.
Yeah.
And this is the last pick in that pack, and it had a very solid payoff. If you drop this turn 1 and it ends up getting in there for a little bit and it grows with the game, you feel like you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And it's a cycler in and of itself.
Yep.
All right, so now we're back on. So we can take the Prickly Marmoset if we want.
Yeah, we did wheel the.
How many humans are we sitting on? That I don't know.
I'm gonna highlight this just in case. I'm gonna guess
Not
that many.
So I think that's the move. Prickly Marmoset. We're like a red-white mediocre payoff cycling deck.
Right.
Which is not where I want to be.
Trending towards beatdown, which we'll see how that works.
Well, and we may just be cycling to run 15 lands and be high pressure.
Yeah. So along those lines, this is cycles for 1.
Yes, that's perfectly reasonable this deep into the pack. Now we'd like to see a little more fixing, I think.
Although even that we might not go.
We may not even go into black, but if we got a couple easy ones.
Yeah.
I mean, Necropanther's playable without black. Or with just the Scoured Barrens.
Yeah.
Just so we're mostly mutating it.
Super late.
Super late on the green. The back for more. Green is very open, but we did not pull the trigger when given the chance.
Nope. I'm going to take this thing because it's highest chance that we'll play it, but...
Yeah, sure. Almighty Brushwag for the memes, Whisper Squad, whatever. None of these things are going to make it. There we go. That's great for us.
Yeah, these are actually not...
No, Memory Leak is also a really great card this late. If we were like more seriously in black, it could just be a cycler. But I think that having 2 Scoured Barrens puts our big game plan. Okay. There we go. So this is our colors. It ends up being like an extremely controllable board wipe if we hit the Mardu colors in it. I think that's an easy inclusion. The Valiant Rescuer is another cycling enable, and there is a pacifism.
Yeah.
Very good pack for us, but I think that the controlled board wipe is very strong for us.
Yeah,
I think something terrible.
An aggressive deck. This is.
Yeah, I think this is the call. It's possible that some of these things could get back to us. Go for blood. The red fighter and cycler. I think that does basically all we want to do in this deck. So I'm happy enough with that. Hunted Nightmare. I've played with that. If you can get it to work, you feel like you're doing it, but you're giving someone the means to kill it too, or to kill your other stuff.
Yeah, I played it in one of my decks and thought it was pretty good, but I had to
having menace helps, but if you need to have removal to make it work. Yeah. Shredded Sails, we did not wheel. Blood Curdle we could play for the splash.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
Shredded Sails is our game plan, and it is a very good inclusion because we are playing quote best of 1. Blood Curdle means that we are going to fully probably commit to 16 or 17 lands.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to run a couple 3 swamps.
I think it's worth it.
I think it's worth it. It's just
we know
the menace. It gives you a menace counter even though it doesn't even need to.
Right.
It can completely be a blowout. It's a 1-card blowout because it can change someone from having blockers to not.
Well,
None of these crystals are on color.
could memory leak. We could take a bad deuter, a 2-drop deuter.
I think memory leak because we can cycle it, and it can be playable and usable. I don't know how many cyclers we're at right now.
I think we have a lot of cyclers. We don't have a lot of 1s and 2s, but can just look for that.
Mm-hmm. Lava Serpent. It's Lava Serpent or Drenith Healer. What's our early curve looking like? Do we need a 2-drop?
I think we need 2s.
Okay, so let's take the Drenith Healer. Lava Serpent's probably going to wheel, and well, I shouldn't say probably.
This one's also.
That's a good card, but we're really. I feel like you want to. If we're going cycling, we want to commit to it. I think.
Yep.
And we need the early Zenith Flare. There we go.
Windmill Slam, as they say.
Windmill Slam. That's that, and the Lion, whose name escapes me, are the two big payoffs in this deck.
Yep.
The Drenith. We could see the Stinger come back. That would be great if we did. But I mean, the Zenith Flare. That's a game. That's a win condition by itself.
Yep.
We're going to have some agonizing deck building choices to make. Don't you worry. We have a good removal suite, though, I think.
Yeah, I think we got there on that level at least. So, Cheap Cycler, Random Body at 4.
Bushmeat Poacher to draw cards. I don't think any of these are making our deck. There's no way we're running 2 Footfall Craters, right?
Probably not.
Yeah, so just...
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That guy's really good. But we don't have a ton of mutate to empower him.
Yeah, that might still be okay, though.
He does 1 at a time. The Imposing Vantasar does cycle, does have vigilance.
It would be our second one, though.
Yeah. We can go for him.
See? Rewarded.
Yeah, there you go.
That one...
Double strike.
Fine.
I mean, combat tricks are still combat tricks. I'd probably rather have the body.
Yep.
That being said, Heightened Reflexes is a really good combat trick. It's so cheap. It wins so many combats, and it has a lasting effect.
Sure.
That's probably the pick in this group of 6.
Wolverine?
Wolverine, probably not going to make the cut.
Take this crystal.
Yeah.
And this is about what I expected to wheel from this pack.
Yeah.
Kill someone's fixing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're doing it, Dave.
Wheeled it.
Okay. So we're going to have a big mess of stuff to figure out here.
Yes.
So, yeah, we can do that. Probably going to need to cut a swamp when it's all said and done. But let's see here. Blood Curdle, Memory Leak, Dire Tactics. So we probably want 12 or 13 cyclers. So that's my guess.
Sure.
So the big fat boys at the top, those 4 are all cyclers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just count up the rest. He's a cycling payoff, and he's a cycler, so 6. How many cyclers do we have total?
2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13 right now.
So if we cut the footfall craters, that would give us 11. So that's basically where we need to be for cyclers. That still means you need to cut 7 cards. Heightened reflexes,
Yep.
combat tricks in general, whatevs.
Yep.
Now the will, that's a cycler, so we can keep that. The will of the all hunter normally be a cut. Let's see. Keen sight mentor. Do we give a crap at all this vigilance stuff? Probably not. We only have the Vantasar, right?
Yeah.
We have 2 Vantasars.
It's a mana sink.
It's a mana sink, and it does make the Vantasars really, really good.
Yeah, no other vigilance. I would definitely cut this guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot he even was there. Boo. Goodbye, perimeter soldier. Spell Eater Wolverine. Let's look at our breakdown of spells of instant sorceries. There's a good chance they'll both heal go. So we do have 12. Okay. So is the Spell Eater Wolverine or the Prickly Marmoset what we want there? We can't have 4 of those dudes.
Yeah, I think the Marmoset's a lot better.
Yes, because you can get there. Yeah, I agree. So I think we probably cut the Spell Eater Wolverines.
Got both of them.
Yeah. I mean, we were very clogged at that spot too.
Yeah.
Now, Necropanther, let's look at him. We can potentially cast him. He's our only other mutate, so we only have 2 mutates in here. Converted mana costs 3 or less. We have plenty of 3 or less dudes. So he's a keeper, I think.
Yep.
At least on this go through.
I agree.
Porcuparrot. Best we can do for Porcuparrot is 2 damage, but Prodigal Sorcerer is very strong.
Yep.
So I'm not inclined to cut it, but it doesn't match our synergies.
Sure.
Blood Curdle.
Power level alone.
Yeah.
We got decent removal elsewhere, so we could consider cutting Blade Banish.
Well, let's look at our removal suite holistically.
Sure.
All right. So we've got Divine Arrow, which is a conditional. Probably Fire Prophecy, which is very good. Go for Blood, which is cycling, so we probably don't want to cut it, but it is removal. Dire Tactics, very good, but is the splash. Flame Spill, excellent. Memory Leak is not technically removal, but it does a lot of that. Blood Curdle, Blade Banish, Clash of Titans. So, and Mythos of Snapdax is a wipe, and Zenith Flare is a removal.
Yeah. Zenith Flare we'd rather use to hit the opponents.
Yes, but if it's die to flyer, do it. We'll do it
in a pinch.
So we are sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Zenith Flare 9. Mythos of Slapdax 10. Porcuparrot. So here's the question: is Porcuparrot pinging creatures better than a Divine Arrow? Probably.
Yeah, but you use Divine Arrow early.
That's true.
It's pretty slow removal. I think it's more reach.
Yeah. It's only doing 1 damage. And we also have Mythos of Snapdax that's going to pick off whatever we care about.
Right.
These last 3 cuts are hard. What is your inclination?
Blade Banish just because it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's situational as well, but not in the set.
Mm-hmm.
14, 11. I mean, Fire Prophecy and Flame Spill might just bump Divine Arrow from contention.
Yeah, I mean, Go for Blood is a cycler. That's why we're not cutting it. I think it's clear that that's like the lead. That's if what does not belong, it's that.
Yep.
I would say Divine Arrow and Porcuparrot.
I think we could think about Clash of Titans as well because it's also
That's
expensive.
true. Clash of the Titans, you're just hoping for that 2-for-1.
Yep.
Right, but we don't really need to play the 2-for-1 game because we've got so much removal and so many different bodies. Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of Clash of the Titans and Divine Arrow.
14-9. Let's 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 cyclers still.
I think that's probably what we need.
We're running like 3.5 black cards essentially.
Well, Necropanther's like half a black card too.
That's what I mean. It's the
Necropanther and Memory Leak is really half a black card.
Right.
So we're really running Blood Curdle, Necropanther. We have 3 of them, but it's 2 and 2. No, and Dire Tactics. Sorry.
Right.
Okay, I'm counting out 3 to 3.5 black cards. So we probably need. We can go down to 1 or 2 swamps. Is that what you think?
Let's see. 4 black sources. I think I would want to go up a white here. Because all of our early stuff is white.
We have, keep in mind, well, all right, before we get too panicky, the amount of cheap cycling that we have, we're going to see cards.
That's true. We could
just do 1 swamp, 2 scoured barren. Do we want to run 16 or 17 lands? I guess it's a very sloppy way of me asking.
Right. Yeah, actually, I hadn't considered going to 16, but that might be right.
You got 11. All of our cyclers are 2 mana or less. So all you need to do is get 2 lands and a cycler to feel okay. And the chances of you doing that are very high, I think. So the question is, what would we cut then, land-wise?
Right.
And then what we would add a card back in. So we probably cut a plains.
Yeah, we have 7 white sources, but like all of our early stuff is white.
I might cut the swamp because really you're just trying the blood curdles, the blood curdle and the other removal are the crucial things. And Dire Tactics doesn't need to be a turn 2 play.
Yeah, that's true. Both blood curdle and Dire Tactics can be late.
Now, with that in mind, what are we putting back in the deck?
Yeah, I'd want to do something cheap, so I'd lean towards Divine Arrow in that case.
Yeah, Divine Arrow just because we're trying to make sure we have action. That's fine. I mean, we have so much removal and so many cards to get through. It just seems like we're going to have plays.
Yeah.
So we're trying to win on one of our 2 big monsters or a huge Zenith Flare. That's really probably the way we're going to do it. We could get in with Prickly Marmot and Snare Tactician to like alpha strike people as well. But we might because of our attrition game being so strong.
Right. We're going to do some early chip in to fair amount.
Yes. The other thing I guess we should say, to be fair, when we're counting one thing incorrectly, Mythos of Snapdax, that's really a black card for us.
Yes, that's true.
Because we can cast it that way, and there might be certain boards where it's still good. But what we really want to do is leave them with a dork and us with something awesome.
Yeah.
And if we have that in our hand, we want to sandbag them, you know. But I'm pretty happy with this.
Let's run it and find out what happens.
Okay.
So the pairing's also been really weird. Like I was watching one stream earlier where it went like someone in silver was paired against mythic and then bronze, like back to back. So
yeah, I'm up to gold, and I was playing against someone that's bronze.
Yeah,
which for me is great. That's probably not what the Wizards is trying to do, and it's not fair for the people in bronze.
I mean, it's supposed to be the point of ranking.
Yes. Ranking is broken. Interesting. We do have a cycling. We do have some action. I think this is a strange keep.
I think so too. We have 8 red sources to draw into, I believe.
Yeah. So we're probably 7 or 8. We're probably gonna do Scoured Barrens and then take it from there.
Boom.
If they drop a creature, we could leave up mana for Divine Arrow, or we drop the other Scoured Barrens and prepare to cycle Go for Blood.
Can you see the overlay?
I cannot see your overlay.
Okay, 7 mountains. So.
All right, so all right, well that's easy. Do we want to leave Divine Arrow up just to smash that guy?
Yeah, I think that can do some damage. And
yeah, if they're on the cycling deck, I think then killing that is probably good. And I can't imagine them not attacking with it. And if they don't, great, we'll just cycle. Yeah, I mean,
which is going to be the theme of this deck.
Right. Okay, yep, boom. We don't want to be cute. We don't want to get behind on tempo, so we're just going to Divine Arrow that.
Yeah, and they're on the play, and they've had better board stuff right away. So, Mentor...
We put down the Mentor. We probably don't block because we don't want to get first striked out of there.
Right.
The Porcuparrot, we don't have anything to latch on to it yet.
Yeah.
And so its tap ability is dead, right?
Yeah.
But it can fight next turn against the Prickly Marmot with a Go for Blood.
Right, 2 turns.
So if they had cycling, they probably should have cycled there unless they wanted to cast something different.
Huh.
So yeah, I still think we do the Porcuparrot. And we're not trying to do best case scenario thinking here. Do we have we don't have a cycling card in the graveyard yet, do we?
Units.
So if we go for blood, then the next turn we play our Scoured Barrens, go for blood.
Pretty easy block here.
Yeah. They maybe cycle. I don't know. So yeah.
Just go for blood.
Go for blood, because I mean, if he cycles the Prickly Marmot, so they both Marmoset, so they both die. We don't care. Ours is pacified.
Snap Resolve there.
Probably the Scoured Barrens.
Yep.
And we're still not the aggressors.
They missed land drops, so this is all action.
Yes. So we could just throw down the Lava Serpent next turn, depending on what they put down. Which yeah.
Let's see if they get cute and get in or not.
So they could have a trick.
Yeah, but
I don't even care. I'd rather than just blow the trick on our Keensight Mentor, who's just there to keep us alive.
Yep, agreed.
I'll trade a trick for a card.
And then we can smash back with a 5/5 anyway.
Yes.
Double strike. You got it.
Great. I'm extremely satisfied with that exchange. I don't think we cycle. We don't have the mana to do both, so we're gonna just smash. Yeah, we're gonna flip from being the control deck to the aggressive deck. And we're going to attack. Now we don't have any enchantment removal, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think we took anything.
I don't think we have any sack outlets per se. The Rooting Moloch, if we hit another land drop, we could Rooting Moloch and immediately play our fight card again.
Huh.
Bizarre choice. I don't think that was worth it.
unless they're trying to hit a land or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. They could be digging, which is perfectly fair, but sure.
And we're gonna get the double spell next turn, which is good.
Yeah.
Let's get in there. They might, like, if they block, they might be divine arrowing.
Yeah, I mean, so be it. I mean, something's got to eat it anyway. And if they do, we could always Rooting Moloch back the Lava Serpent next turn.
Yep.
Now, I guess we want to do the Flourishing Fox and the Rooting Moloch. Do we have the mana for that? Yes.
Yep.
I mean, them not hitting their land drops really caused them to falter. We should have ample targets to fight something. It's also gonna stunt their plays, because if we have a 5/5 and they don't want to put something, I mean, they may have to just to like avoid dying, but it puts them on notice that they're about ready to get wrecked.
Yep.
Because we only have one legal target, I think.
Oh.
Okay, sure.
Oh, that's cute. I didn't see
Yeah,
that
that's
coming.
cool.
It's
So
got
there-
lifelink, so that when
so
it deals damage.
Yeah, so it's now gonna be a fairly annoying source of life parity.
Yeah.
But we could also just kill it next turn.
Yep.
I mean, it'll gain life on that fight, but whatever. Yeah. So do we want to look at their hand first?
We could also like
Snare Tactician, Memory Leak. That'll buff our stuff.
but we could consider cycling it.
We played a Snare Tactician first before we cycled it, right?
Yeah, exactly. But we
Alright,
do
let's
want to play
fight.
this one way or another for sure.
Yes, let's fight.
Fight this guy.
Yeah. I think we don't care about the dorks as much as we do the drain.
Yep.
So if they have a trick, it's possible they could survive this. Or they could force a trade, but we don't care about trading our dead on the board Porky Parrot.
Clash of Titans.
That's the card.
So it's dealing
3 to him. So it's stopping our fight.
Right, I see.
But I mean, it's just a 1-for-1. He's saving his guy, preventing our attack. So Memory Leak would have been good to have foreseen that in hindsight.
I think we might want to fire that off now.
Yeah, go ahead. They've been stuck on land, so they're likely to get something.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, they don't have any non-humans, so that's why that's just been rotting. So just the Lava Serpent. If they want to trade their 2 guys for him, more power to them.
Yep. Three, 4, 5 out of 11 cyclers.
Right. What's cards are in the deck right now? Yep.
Run that guy out.
Sure. He doesn't do anything until they mutate him. Well, okay, we got so most of our cyclers are on the battlefield right now. We dropped the Snare Tactician at some point. I guess we bash with our big boys, right? If they want to make that trade, so be it.
Yep.
And that's going to also, if they go to the graveyard, it feeds our Zenith Flare anyway, which puts them within close of like having a big turn to wild them. Yep, put down the snare.
Yep.
Our snare boy.
Yeah, you're right. Trading. Whoop. All right.
I don't. Okay. Guess they were just frustrated.
Yeah. But it's a good point that trading off our cyclers there ends up being even better.
Yes. Right. Well, it gives us a little extra edge because we know we have a Zenith Flare in our hand.
Yeah.
And I mean, even to think about, like, is Zenith Flare out? Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
It did feel like if they had hit a big spell, we were going to start to slow down at that point. I think we had burned most of our gas. Okay, similar to before, we've got a cycler, 2 cyclers. We'll probably play the Flourishing Fox turn 1, and cycle the Memory Leak.
Gotta be real careful where clicking.
Yes. Got to read your stuff. Okay. We don't necessarily have to cycle the Memory Leak if we don't want to, so I'm fine with not cycling it.
Just let it go there.
Drop a land.
Drop the tap land.
So next turn, we can keep up Vine Arrow, Memory Leak, or Prickly Marmot set. Or the Mentor.
Yeah, he's probably good to Vigilance the Marmoset would be my guess.
He gives someone +1/+1 in Vigilance?
He gives Vigilance, and then you can spend mana to pump up your...
Yeah, so having...
I'm just going to cycle this based on this start, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel like we've got a lot of action, and we just don't want to slow down.
Yep.
We could have potentially cycled it last turn to give the Flourishing Fox another damage. So Prickly Marmoset's the play here. Yep. And then Keensight Mentor will bolster him.
The 2-mana bump is...
Right, I didn't realize Keensight Mentor put a Vigilance counter. I'm still not, like, totally clear on the counters. I mean, I understand how they work, but they don't, like, register in my brain properly. Do we just drop the Keensight Mentor and swing in?
Yeah, or we could get in and then drop it post-combat, because...
Well, we'll give him Vigilance, though.
I know, but what I mean is... let's just keep up these removal spells this way.
Oh, okay, yeah, in case there's a trick. Yeah, that's fine.
Could also be Convolute or something.
Sure.
It's a Divine Arrow. All right. Not playing the Mentor also plays around Divine Arrow, I guess.
Yeah. Well, our plan remains unchanged.
Our backup Marmosets.
Marmosets will continue till morale improves.
Right.
Is that the one who gives flying counter?
Yeah. Oh, it's non-human.
Oh.
I didn't realize that.
What's he say? Non-human. Okay. Well, our ignorance didn't hurt us this time.
Nope.
So we probably want to cycle the Vantasar, and he's tapped out, so we Keensight Mentor the Marmoset.
Yep.
So we can wait to cycle the Vantasar until we actually start attacking, though, to see if they will fall into our extremely clever, not telegraphed attack. I guess if you don't attack with a Flourishing Fox, just attack with everything. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I'm down with jamming here. I mean, if they double block the Fox, we get to take out the Flyer and still deal a ton of damage. So.
Yes, I'm fine with all those results. If they foolishly double block the Marmoset, then we just blow them out.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't kill it; we kill our choice. But we're gonna hit. I mean, we're gonna hit for 7 here if they don't block. So, like, this is not inconsiderable.
Nope.
I mean, if I were in their shoes, I would definitely be fearing the cycling card here. We're telegraphing that we have it.
Yeah. Also, there's probably like the arena pauses for that I have a 1-mana effect.
Yes.
Telegraphing in multiple ways. But they're thinking about it. Can't imagine any block on the Marmoset is correct. Yeah, like even if we didn't have a thing here, I still think this is bad.
We still have first strike, don't we?
Yeah.
So they You wouldn't kill it no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're out to lunch there. Yep. Yep.
I
Player.
think I'm gonna hold this for the moment.
Okay. In case we what? I need to
We want to
fire prophecy it away.
preface it away. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that felt good. They really wasted their time there.
I mean, there is that.
All right. So we don't care about removing that guy really. The only question would be is if we wanted to buff up our Marmoset before he got in there.
Because it's instant, we can just get in with these two, and then
Yeah.
4 mana is enough to cast one of these, and also.
Right, and we have a lot of action if he tries some trickery.
Yep.
The only reason we would want to fire prophecy is effectively to increase our card selection.
Okay.
Maybe we play one of our lands and we fire prophecy before end step next turn on their turn.
Sure.
Because we are running out of gas, and I would love to turn that swamp into something that does some things.
Yep. Like, that is an excellent target.
Yes. Good play, us.
We're so good at this game. Our hubris definitely will not come back to haunt us in any way.
Goodbye, swamp. What cycling do we have available right now, if any?
The Vantasaur and the Memory Leak.
Okay, the Vantasaur would be a very cromulent target.
So.
We probably just attack.
Yeah, we get in there with everything because we're spending our mana anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess I could have.
-2, -0'd? Is that a card, or is that 1/1 blue? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe attacking with the Keen Sight was pointless, but whatever. So then we roll it Rooting Moloch.
Yeah, I actually think the possible thing to think of is, was there any way to go for lethal there? But
I don't. Oh, with the Vine Arrow they would have had to actually block.
Right. Cycle the opportunity.
Okay, sure.
Okay with me.
So we probably just want to cast the Vantasaur next time hard cast. Or regardless if we cycle it or hard cast it, we want to wait until next turn to do it, I should say. Because the cycling will trigger the Prickly Marmot and the Flourishing Fox. Okay.
Yep.
I think we had him dead many ways.
Yeah.
Again, our opponent was stuck on 4 lands. We feel real smart when our opponent just gets screwed out of mid-range mana.
Yeah, and
I notice when people don't hit their first 3 or 4 land drops, but then if it's like middle of the game, I don't tend to zero in on it as much as I should.
Yeah, I mean sometimes like I'll count how many lands I hit versus how many they hit.
Yeah.
To make myself feel better, but well, it doesn't make me feel better, but I'm like it gives me something I can blame it on.
There's nothing that makes me feel better.
No, I don't feel joy.
So we have a cycling,
Yep.
2 cyclings. We got 2 lands. This is a keeper. We finally see Necropanther.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Necro Boy. So is Memory Leak a 1 or 2 mana cycle?
1 mana.
Do you think we want to cycle it here?
I think so, especially with the Moloch in hand. We want to rebuy it later.
Yes, I think the Moloch. I would much rather cycle a Memory Leak than the Moloch, even though the Moloch's a higher CMC. Yeah, sure. Okay, I got more cycling action. Guess leave our mana up, but
probably cycle the Vantasaur.
You could cycle the Moloch. No, you cycle the Vantasaur because the Moloch is card advantage.
Yeah.
And cheaper. even though it's a more expensive. We don't need the extra mana this turn, so may as well just. I mean, the discount the Vanissar gives. I mean, it could hurt. We could want it later, but whatever.
Opponent's spinning a lot of wheels here.
Yeah, is this their second adventurous impulse? Did they nail anything last time?
They got this.
They got the Highlands. Okay. We still don't have a creature to cast, which is if we see a swamp. Okay, now we do have a creature to cast, but okay, so we'll cast the Snare Tactician, I guess.
Yep.
Snare Tactician is not really who I want to Keen Sight Mentor, but
we can't because it's the.
Oh, it's got to be non-human.
The non-human
yeah.
clause, which is going to come up a lot in this set, I can tell.
Yeah. I don't like our lines right now. I mean, we're not like sunk or anything. Okay, well, so we're gonna cycle this bad boy.
You want to do that now in case we hit land?
Yeah, I would like to try to get our land drop. It's not worth being cheeky over, and we can tap that guy down and bash if we want to, or we can just keep our guy up as a blocker.
Tap this guy for sure.
Whether we attack or not, who knows? But
yeah.
Okay.
Land. Now we attack.
Now we attack because we can Divine Arrow when he bashes back.
Yep.
Right now, though, our Rooting Moloch, we can't cast either of the cards as spells because we don't have black and we don't have 6 lands.
Right.
So Rooting Moloch is not necessarily a great play for us. We're starting to feel a little bit of our greed in playing black.
In 16 lands.
In 16 lands, yes.
But
I'm not saying we're wrong. I'm just saying that this is potentially
is
a consequence. Yes.
We can also think about, long-term play of having a Wrath in hand.
Yeah, right. Well, we still need a black to make it really go the way we want to go. Okay. So if you want to do a 2-mana mutate that does Jack, and then nope. Okay. So we probably still want to take rid of this Goriak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodbye.
It's a Goriak with a G.
He was a G. Probably want to cycle. Well.
Yeah.
We still want to hit land drops, yeah, instead of being cheeky. Okay. So we could put out the Keen Sight, but then we won't get the Vigilance. I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
I would rather, if we're wrong and get run over by like a huge mutate, that would be bad. I mean, if we had the black, we could like really be playing for the Snapdax. It does feel a little bad to not have a Vigilance creature, but
yeah. You can mutate onto the Moloch.
Yes, if we could mutate on the Moloch and hope that we get a land that lets us play. We could also, can we cycle the card that we Moloch out?
I believe so. It just says you may play that card.
So we could, at worst case scenario, use it to cycle.
Yeah.
And I think we'd probably pick the 3/6 because of our Keen Sight Mentor. Because he has Vigilance. The Keen Sight, is he the one that does the power? The toughness gives him a big butt, or does he just give him +1/+1?
This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, just +1/+1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Vigilance.
good.
That guy is real good. What happens when he mutates?
You get a free
permanent. Yeah, it'd be great to get rid of it, but I don't know. We don't have that in the cards right now. So I think we just play the Moloch. And I think we hope to hit our Vantisar.
No attacks.
Nope. Now this is where they go off, because if they're going to get counters and permanents and all sorts of stuff.
They have a pile of mana to deal with.
Yeah. So we are going to be pretty desperately looking for a black mana here, I think, because we want to control their board
Yeah.
with a Mythos of Snapdax. Now, if the Imposing Vanissar hits and we can pump it up, I mean, we could maybe hold down the fort a little bit, but
Yeah, that's definitely the stabilization plan.
okay. So he doesn't appear to. Is that a trample counter?
Yeah, that's yes, it's the trample mentor.
I mean, okay, great.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of too.
Yeah. That the bashing us is the big problem. I wasn't so worried about trample, but
Yeah.
we're not going to
Well,
block.
it seemed like they were setting up for that spell.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right, so we may as well just cast it Vanissar, right?
Yeah, because we lose it otherwise.
And the mentor could make it block this the star 6 profitably. The Keensight mentor. We could also potentially Necropanther and Keensight mentor next turn if we hit a land.
We can also cycle this on their turn.
Yeah, we can cycle as a tap down to stop the Auspicious Star Sterix. Now it looks like they're gearing up to do another spell on our Vantisar.
Yeah. Okay, 4-2.
Well, that's exactly the sort of garbage I want to see them put down.
Yeah, that's like the only way we survive. Also, plays further into our wrath.
Yes. All right.
Love doing all that pre-combat.
Still not going to block the 6/6.
Yeah.
Sure.
Go to 6.
Yep. Okay, so we need to keep 2 mana up, 4 mana up. We probably want to make the Vanissar bigger. We want to cycle the Wandering Monster to lock his stuff down.
2 problems. This doesn't get anything back at the moment, and it doesn't make it bigger.
Oh no, we don't want the Necropanther. We want the Yidiru Wandering Monster to cycle to Snare Tactician is his star 6 next turn. And so I think we just cast the healer because we want life.
Yep. We're still holding out for the good wrath, so.
And the Keensight mentor, we can also buff up our Vantisar as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to put our Vantisar into like very solid blocker ratio, and lock down his Starix, hopefully. We have 4 black sources, and we're sitting on what, like 20 something cards right now?
Yeah. Let's see. 3 black sources, 2 Scour Barons, and a Swamp.
Okay, and then like 26, 25 cards. What do we got? 23. 23 cards. Okay. So, I mean, we could also do a bad version of Mythos of Daxtrix if our Vantisar can just hold back. Put a 1/1 counter creature trample, sure.
Yep. Might as well do this now then. If
they're out of mana. Yeah.
Again, weird timing.
So this is, hey, our Keensight mentor is our payoff, so.
It's true.
Okay, and that means that if our Vantisar hits, we'll be able to buff them both with our Keensight mentor on future turns. I don't know why on earth they'd consider attacking right here. Maybe they're just
doing the math.
So we definitely have buff our Vantisar. I guess we probably just want to cast another Vantisar. I don't love our mana being down, but Well, hold on. They can outpace us, but we don't have. I guess we could play the Prickly Marmoset and keep our Keen Sight Mentor around to keep pace. But even if they do, it'll still be an 8/8.
Yeah.
And it's a trampler, so we just have to put enough power down that we could double block reasonably. Profitably is going to be tough here, but the other line of plays maybe we should have played Mythos' Snap Deck, but we would have still been just totally outclassed if he can keep hysterics. We really don't have a good line of play.
Right. Well, and I think even in that case, all right.
Okay, that's maybe we survive this turn, but unless we hit a black source, we probably lose. See, I don't know that there was any point doing that. He should just attacked with that 3/3. Don't you think he has enough? Because
Put his dead on board, possibly.
Yeah. So do we just block with the Snare Tactician or the Keen Sight Mentor to not die, or the Darth Healer, and just put everything on the hopes of a black source?
I think we block with everything because they're tapped out, and then we can wrath.
Well, we block with everything that we don't want to keep, right? Because we get to pick one thing that we keep.
I think because this is the only way to get that off the board.
Okay, so yeah, that's right. We want to get that off the board, and then they're going to get.
Yeah. And
so that goes off the board. They'll pick our two. They'll probably pick our Vanissar and our Healer. I don't see why you wouldn't get rid of the Vanissar.
Yeah, and then if we wrath, then
they'll just have one of their dopey guys around.
Yep. We still have cards.
We'll have something.
Yeah.
We could potentially double cast as well.
Yeah, if we spike a land, that would be really good.
I don't think this was the line of play for them at all.
No.
Because they would. We have to. If those guys would have all attacked, we would have had to split it up, and he would have trampled through for so much.
Mm-hmm. Like we can only put one guy in the bore, for example, and
so that's about what we expected. It's also a mistake
to just fire it off before.
Okay, so we're not going to be able to double cast.
Yeah.
We're going to have to just decide which one we're keeping. Probably what's their best creature? They're going to keep their 4/2 or their 4/3.
4/3.
Our Snare Tactician has some action in terms of tapping people with that stuff. We'll be able to flame spill whatever they keep next turn. So yeah.
Yep. We're just doing it. Keep
Snare. I think the Snare, because we can dick around with their stuff.
Yeah, also being able to, like, if we bring this back with Necropanther, that's good.
Yes, because then we can get something going. If we get one more land or a black source, we can Prickly Marmoset and Necropanther in one turn.
Yeah.
Or we can Flame Spill and Prickly Marmoset in one turn already. So that's what we expected. We're looking pretty decent actually right now.
Yeah.
That card played much better on its fail case. I mean, you know, it was good. Okay.
Not the worst.
No, I mean we weren't going to block anyway.
Ew.
We still probably want to double cast.
Yeah.
Because then we can also Necropanther something back.
Yeah, next turn. I will do this now.
Yeah, just do it. Yep. The sitting on the Zenith Flare. Uh-oh. They got a land or they got something very cheeky to play.
Right. Or they were saying our play was nice.
Yeah. Probably a land. So we probably do that. What are we going to get back? Because they blow this up, we still get the Necropanther, right? They have to let it
Right.
resolve.
It just enters the battlefield instead of mutating.
Right.
Over.
Give it extra power.
Mentor?
Yeah, Mentor to make it Vigilance.
I had to check. It looked like it froze for a second.
Yeah.
But instead, there was just hesitation.
And we're still sitting on a Fire Prophecy that we could fire off at a creature, but we may want to hold just to tuck a land.
Yeah. Drawing the Zenith Flare was real good, though.
Yes. I mean, we have them very soon. I mean, they're dead in 2 turns if they don't do anything.
Yeah.
But they
I don't know what kind of direct damage there is either.
A lot of these things are creature like damage.
Right.
So we.
That's actually a combo. I mean,
Yeah. And we also, we'll get another creature back.
Yep.
We'll be able to end step to any target. And yep, they're getting marginally better stat wise every time.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I don't know. If we want to be aggressive, the Snare Tactician.
Let's be aggressive. Just gonna go in with this. This doesn't particularly change the clock, but it lets us leave up Fire Prophecy or Pump.
Yes, I think that's fine. They don't know what we got. Okay, there's the land.
Do some things on end step.
Yep. That's to be 3 damage to them.
I think we just have lethal.
Yeah, we do. With Zenith Flare especially, and then we'll give it +1/+1. Yep. So we just go in right now. Okay, any trickery.
You're super dead on board.
We won't even show you our Zenith Flare. How does that sound?
Nope.
If they do something as a cycle or something, we can Zenith Flare them just to show we have.
Yeah, if they did anything in response, then.
So that was a pretty epic comeback.
Yeah, again, there was that critical turn. Like, even if they hadn't thought to swing out, they still just activating that dude free combat.
I think because I mean they didn't know it, but those guys were all going to die. Of course, they couldn't have known that, but
yeah,
I think they could have just even. I didn't get a chance to do the math, but we would have lost our entire board if we didn't die.
Yeah.
So I think that was a little conservative. I think this is a mulligan.
Oh yeah.
I think this is a keep.
And Mountain back.
Yes. We got all 3 colors.
True.
It would have been that game would have been even more lopsided if we had been able to cast our thing earlier.
It would have been left with like the 1/3 Manador.
So I guess our play is Flourishing Phlox and cycle the Venusaur. Or is the healer a 1 mana cycler? I'm not sure. One of the cycle something.
This guy going.
Which thing are you thinking about cycling? The Venusaur because he's not at play for a while?
I was actually thinking about the healer because we have our like 3s and 4s here.
So he's like irrelevant right now.
Yeah.
We don't want to trade with this guy because they can get him back for value later.
Yep. Plus,
So yeah, that's fine. We can do the healer.
we'll
We
probably
definitely want to cycle something though.
always like to see the Moloch.
That card has performed extremely well for us. It's basically been total gas. So we probably pay Porcuparrot next turn onto the Prickly Marmoset. Or onto the Flourishing Fox. The Flourishing Fox tokens would make him huge.
Oh, yeah. Let's definitely do that then.
Now, this is where it'll be painful if they just immediately destroy it. But we can swing in with it.
I think we can get him with both.
Yeah, it's first strike. We have Imposing Vanissar if we need to pump something up. We could even do it anyway.
Yeah, we got the Moloch in hand, so it's reasonable to rebuy it. It's a bunch more damage.
Yeah.
I was not expecting them, after they passed on 4 mana and all their colors, to have no plays there.
Oof. We don't have anything in the graveyard that's applicable to either of those things, right?
Got this guy.
That guy. Do we want to do any of our? Do we want to do any of this stuff first, or do we want to just? I mean, we're doing really well. I don't know if we have to be greedy right now.
True. I do like being greedy.
Yeah, so do I. But with the Rooting Moloch in a pinch, we can also cycle it if someone's going to do like something tricky. Is Flamespell an instant?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're amply covered if someone tries something. So they're just going to buy that guy back. It looks like. Well, bully for you, I guess. Yeah, cast the Moloch.
Play the Moloch.
Now, do we want to be greedy with the Vanis? We'll go for the Vanissar because the 2/2 is like we don't even care. Either way, we wouldn't play the 2/2. We would cycle it, so we may as well go for the Vanissar.
I might have been wrong. You might not be able to cycle from zone. It's still the right move because. Oh, hello. Okay.
I don't even know what's happening here. Exile cards on top of your range. Exile non-land battlefield. Okay, so they just got some huge. They got a card into play too, which I can't see at the moment. Just a 1/5.
1/5. So
we can't cycle the Vanissar.
Does not look that way.
It has his activated ability. So I mean, with the Porcuparrot, we can just be annoying with that.
Just hold off for the time being.
Well, I mean, that's a clock on us, I guess. Well, we could Flame Spill plus a cycle on the Prickly Marmoset if they did block to kill it immediately. So we may just want to swing in with the Marmoset.
Right, I see.
Does that make sense?
Yep. They block with the Pangolin, which they do.
Well, we can. We could put the Necropanther down the Porcuparrot and then ping it for 3, right? How many times is it mutated?
That would be just speed twice.
We could cycle it and then just ping it once.
Yeah. Ooh.
Do we want to ping it now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Technically, that's probably correct, but.
Well, yeah, they didn't have any mana.
Thinking about just casting this.
I would cast it. Titan's Nest has a lot of words.
Sure does. Generates you a bunch of mana. And also,
Yeah, we don't. I don't think that matters. Keep safe. Counter targets. Yeah, we'll probably keep safe. Or do we care about the chump blocking? We don't care about chump blocking, do we?
yeah, it's a lot of mana. Just take the keep safe. Draws them a card.
Do we have? Okay.
You got it.
Whoop-de-doo, buddy. So they don't probably want to attack, right? If only we could cycle. No. We could put the Necropanther on top of Prickly Marmoset or the Rooting Moloch, but do we have anything we even want? Probably not.
Just the 2/2 dork.
So I think we sit and just take its life total with the Porky Parrot at the at
Yeah, I think we
when
got a Necropanther onto it, so we can make that a pretty quick lock.
Okay.
I shouldn't have done that. I got this cost wrong. Whatever.
So now we've got 2 mutations, so it's going to do 2 points around.
Yep.
The Durable Coil Bug, I mean, we could pick it off, but why bother? We can pick that off.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably the better play. We'll see what they do here. I don't think they would want to attack, but just trashing their card for nothing seems like a good play.
Seems good.
Just hold on to that, and I think we just hold down the fort.
Next turn we put them to 11.
Yeah, it's a 7-turn clock, but it is a clock, and one they can't afford to do on us.
Right. At some point, we can just swing out with everything.
Yes.
Plus Flame Spill is pseudo direct damage.
True. We could. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so this would be very good because we could start making the Porky Parrot able to bash and burn.
And bump it up in the process. Yeah.
Yes. And we're definitely playing Battle Cruiser Magic.
Yeah. Where the Battle Cruiser is a bird beast.
Well, Flourish, a fox turned into a bird beast with Necropanther magic crap put in it too.
That old trope. Zip.
Zip, bam, boom. So I think we probably pump it up now, and we have a Flame Spill in hand, and we swing, or do we do nothing? Do we just make them act and not?
I think we can give it another turn with the Flame Spill in hand. Yeah.
Okay. Our plan is likely to pump up and ping.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this thing does something with the draws. It's weird. They've had that going and haven't played anything like 3 times.
Well, it just gives you mana, doesn't it?
Well, it also search for Ascantos. It lets you put.
Okay, so they cast this thing, which is good.
Yeah, they're gonna tutor for a card to their graveyard and get 2 cards back. Which probably means we just go for it.
Go for it soon. I mean, we see what they are because Titan's Nest will give them a bunch of mana, though.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see what they're up to. What do they just exile a card for a colorless?
Yep.
But it's only X. Oh, only X spells. That's
without X.
Without X. Oh, okay. So their Capture Sphere, presumably our precious Porky Parrot. Capture Sphere, and what's that other thing?
Mutate Egg.
That's not a very good option.
Yep.
Go ahead and attack us. That would win us the game if they attacked.
We flame spill. We get rid of this. They take 2. They go to 5. They block this. Take 5 exactly.
It's lethal. Yeah. I think we've got it. Trampling spells.
Oh yeah.
Was that their? Yeah. I don't know why they didn't exile something and cast that stupid egg.
Or for the Robins.
Yeah. Play. Yeah. Yep.
Had it anyway.
Yeah. That was good. Well, so far we're really tearing it up.
We're cruising. 2 heads better than 1, maybe.
Finally, a Risen Reef.
I think this is our first break point.
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely better than your 1 head. And this next one's my break, and then we're just going to keep cruising. No red is a little annoying, but we do have a cycler. We have 2 cycling. Okay, yeah. And Yudaru
we can't
is
actually cycle this one without red. But...
yeah. We still keep it because we can mitigate an attack.
We got Divine Arrow and Blood Curdle.
Blood Curdle. That was like our first time seeing it last game, I think.
Yeah.
We barely have cast that or resolve removal spell either. Okay, so now we circle our big monster boy. Right? Yudaru on their turn. Uh-oh. I know this
Mirror
play.
match.
Oh, they don't have they haven't shown the Mardu Spice though.
It's true.
Hopefully they don't have the good payoff cards.
Just hold up Divine Arrow.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to do this. And
What are you trying to do?
like set a stop so it's still in combat, but after. Oh, it might not matter anyway.
It's gonna get bigger now though. Oh, but it'll still be enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very bad for them, I think, because it's just gonna be. Yeah, they're just gonna get 2 for 1. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, if I had a better handle on it, it's probably correct. If it like didn't get that mutate, Porky Parrot.
Yeah.
Healer.
Why wouldn't we Porky Parrot? Because we want to mutate it more.
Mutate on one of these. I don't know.
It's gonna be a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, a 3/4 right now is like attractive, I think.
Sure. But anyway, you can cast Divine Arrow in combat after damage has been dealt.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, like...
They could discard our cycle or something?
Yeah, you wait to see if they cycle first.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't really... I mean, if they... What if they did? I mean...
Well, it just...
There's some instances where they had a better trick that you could, like, hold out for.
Right. Also, at the same time, like, they might have held the cycler to actually cast if they... weren't getting an extra benefit from it.
Is Blood Curdle instant speed?
Yep.
So I think we do nothing. Maybe cast the healer.
Yeah. I'm okay with doing nothing.
Because we're just gonna start pounding down our big guys.
Yeah, just start playing 6 drops.
Yeah, we're just gonna play 6-drop, 6-drop, and if they cast something important here, we can. Well, that's terrible. So. They cast something unimportant instead, which is a bad choice by their part. We have Blood Curdle, so we might just want to. Do you want to just draw out the whatever chicanery they're going to do?
Sure. Block the human.
Maybe the beast was better because they only have 1 beast type if they're trying to mutate. We don't mind losing. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose that than the Lava Serpent next turn when we haste it in there.
Oh, my buddy.
I guess we
wait,
could play the Vandasar if you want to just shore up defenses.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do we have a target for Necropanther yet? No.
No, but we can cycle the healer to get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we can do that. We can also just play the Lava Serpent next turn. I think that's perfectly reasonable.
That's true.
If they don't do something that makes us fearful. What's the Triome? Are they Mardu as well?
Just guy.
No, they're just Guy.
Cycle fight spell.
Yeah, nothing good to fight.
2 cards in hand.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, just keep throwing down 6 drops like no tomorrow.
For days. Do you want to just Lava Serpent and get in there?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
Just Lava Serpent, or does...
Nah, let's leave him back.
Okay.
I mean, I think, like, if we're wrong, because, like, they could put something on that dinosaur that is problematic. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know the mutates well enough.
It's true.
They can 3-for-1 block this if they want. They're welcome to.
Yep.
They can also Divine Arrow here.
Yep.
Which is, I mean, they're down to 1 card in their hand. Whatever.
You give up
I
like
still-
1.5 cards, like their whole turns, basically.
Yeah. Well, we may just want to play the Vanus. I mean, we could play the Flourishing Fox, cycle the Healer, and then play the Necropanther. Because then because then we'll have 4 creatures suddenly on the board.
Let's get in with the Vanessa.
Yeah, let's put our bad big boy in there. If they want to block with him and then do another Divine Arrow, be my guest.
Oh, I totally forgot he has Vigilance. That also.
Yeah, we were definitely messing that up. Suboptimal plays.
From some suboptimal players.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Okay. Like, oh, he doesn't tap? What kind of sorcery is this?
Ooh. Good draw as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Over.
Counters are real good in this format. Yes, sir. This is one of those games where it just feels like the amount of removal we have is completely oppressive.
Yeah. Well, like, we're cycle like Overblood. We're both watching Mike Sigris draft when he's getting like 4 passivisms at a time, and like.
Oh wow, he's a 4/3, guys. I mean, we could cast another Vandasar and just swing it with a Vandasar next turn. I guess that's probably the play. And we could also Flame Spill it and be more aggressive. Quickly Marmot set Flame Spill this turn.
I like that because.
I mean, maybe he has an out.
Yeah, and lets us double spell and get a ton of damage in. Thing 2 untapped humans. The card might just be bad, except in very focused decks.
Yeah. That human tribal, folks.
Take 9.
I can't even. Oh yeah, and Blood Curdle gives us menace as well, as if it's not good enough.
Right. As if it wasn't already a first pickable removal spell.
So, with that cycle, we may have him dead next turn. Cycle and Blood Curdle, like we might just be able to. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're definitively better as a team. Both of us are no worse. Now, because it's late, the best thing to do is just to win these next 2 games.
Agreed.
Okay.
Ooh, well, we're moving up in the world.
Oh, a Platinum Man's. Weird keep, but I think a keep nonetheless.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Flourish. I mean, it would really be nice to have Flourishing Fox run out right away, but alas.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Easy game.
So we Flourishing Fox and then cycle the Vanissar next turn.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
And then we'll have Yudaru, Flame Spill. We start having a lot of stuff on tap turn 3. This Flourishing Fox, man, what a great 1-drop. I'm gonna say something really rash. I think it may be the best limited common or uncommon 1-drop we've seen in many sets.
Well, there's a fair amount of qualifiers on that statement, but I think I agree with you.
In past 5 years. Let's say that. I can't remember having a 1-drop that I was this happy about running out on a deck.
Discounting supplemental sets like Modern Horizons.
Well, I mean, just like there's mythics and rares and stuff like that.
Oh, I know, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a real impactful 1-drop. Whoa. Well, we've got a lot of possibilities here.
I think I want to just kill that before.
Yeah, just kill that. Screw that card. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got some. We know that it's good.
Yeah.
And we'll just when we get in there, and then next turn we have Blood Curdle up. We could Necropanther. We don't have a target yet for our thing yet. So we'll probably just keep Blood Curdle up and cycle out the Wandering Monster if there's no worthy target for it. Oh, well, there you go.
That card's good.
Yeah, so we're just going to kill that. There's oppressive removal deck. I mean, we were running out of it, but...
Right.
Oh, yeah, and he's got Menace just in case.
He's got Menace now. I do always worry about these starts because then... Like, they have, like, a third good card, and then they're like...
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, that's not it, fortunately.
No. No, that's not something I'm really worried about. But we're going to be able to cycle Yudaru, make our Flourishing Fox bigger. Now we have a Mythos we could, like, slow play.
This puts it up to... Oh, it's got Menace anyway.
No, it's got Menace. We just want to attack with it, make sure no shenanigans happen, then cycle Yudaru for a little tricksy extra damage.
Pass the blockers.
Yep.
Could just run this out.
Yeah, I think maybe just run it out.
Oh.
We don't really have anything. I mean, the problem is now that we're flooded.
Right.
We got to find a little bit of gas. We're at 7 of 16, so you would hope that we'd start to see something that's castable.
33% of land. Ooh.
Oh. Okay, so you can get another Necropanther. You can Necropanther back his Necropanther.
Yeah. Yo, dog.
I heard you like Necropanthers. So we could also take this turn off and let him play into a Mythos of Snapdax.
Yeah, that's... Yep.
I think that is... I mean, we don't really have a choice. We still want to send in the Flourishing Fox, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still... We still got him.
Get some Menace action in there.
Yeah, I mean, we really want him to drop a big creature this turn and a crappy creature next turn for Mythos of Snapdax to really feel like it's doing its job.
Yeah.
I mean... Okay. Now cast another permanent. Well, that's not what we wanted. Wait, would Mythos of Snapdax remove the pacifism permanent?
They have to...
They would have to choose. They could keep it, or they could... That would be the one thing they'd keep.
Well, they get an artifact and a creature and an...
Oh, okay, never mind. So we probably want to cycle this Memory Leak. Okay, so we just
Play our buddy.
well, do we just play the Mythos? Oh, I guess we would just our Flourishing Fox we just let die anyway
Right.
because we don't really have a way to save it.
It's also a little awkward, like
Leaving that
want
much
them to
mana.
play like a really terrible creature.
Well, we want to play a really good creature or a really terrible creature.
Okay.
I mean, if they play another thing, okay.
This is
So
happening.
yeah, so we're gonna definitely Mythos Snapdax next turn. We're gonna lose our Flourishing Fox. It's irrelevant if they keep their pacifism.
Oh, this is real good.
Oh, okay. So we Mythos a Snapdax. We give them their shittiest thing. Oops, bad word. And then we go for blood, whatever they keep. Yep. Sorry, bro. Yeah, it's about to get worse.
It is pretty nice. Thank you.
Now you're on a 3-turn clock.
Yep. Top decking. We've drawn more land. We have a 3/6.
Yeah.
We have.
I mean, you know, they could run a good card. Oh.
Yep.
That's game. Make him not die here. Well, I mean, we got what we needed.
Yeah.
The other comeback games, I felt like we kind of like angle shot and really worked to get there. This game, I mean, we held the Mythos of Snapdax, but then we just got everything else we needed after that point.
Yeah.
So like, good on us for realizing that card is good. But then after that, our deck just like spat out what we needed. Okay. This Flourishing Fox, man, maybe that's our companion creature.
It's true.
It just ends up, we probably do want to run out the plains to get it out turn 1.
Yeah.
And we want to cycle the, I guess the Venusaur, so we can put down the Scoured Barrens. So this is it. We're not really talking about it, but we have 3 shots at the final boss.
Yeah. I mean,
it's already
we blew our records out of the water.
Yeah, it's definitely a market success.
This I definitely do here because they have one red up.
Yes.
And Shock is not in the format.
Yes. Oh, Will the All Hunter. It's been like 5 games since we saw you. Okay, well that changes the fact that we have it. Do we want to attack and just try to walk him into a trick?
We could mutate, and this becomes...
Oh yeah, let's do that. You're smart.
Yeah, it's weird that some of the mutate costs are more and some are less.
Yeah.
It's like always gotta figure that out.
Right.
So it's not intuitive when looking at it like, oh.
And the other, so I mean, like 2 for 1, right? Pacifism, fine, but we can snipe his Sabertooth anyway.
Right.
So I mean, like bad card to pacify, because that's what I was thinking as well. Whatever.
Just gonna do this now. There are 2 drops we could hit.
Yeah, I mean, it makes this card bigger too for our fight stuff.
Yeah,
it's not completely useless.
Look, it's a 2-drop.
Yeah. Can we snipe that?
Yes, everything is nice.
Yeah, our deck is good, and we draw good, and we are good.
I'm a noted luck sack, so.
So I guess we could attack with the Dranic Healer and try to sucker him into with Will the All Hunter, and if he doesn't take the bait, just cycle it.
Definitely nothing suspicious. I totally forgot that card is first strike.
Sure.
You've cycled your fight spell.
Mm-hmm.
Guess it is good to look.
Yeah, just decide like more what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
We could hold on to that and cycle it, or we could just cycle it now. Just cycle it now. We might have a spell we want to cast,
Yeah. At this point with
and
Yeah.
Zenith Flare is getting bigger too. And we can't remember. We got to remember to snipe with our thing. Oh, is that sorcery?
Yeah.
Do we want to snipe? Do we want to snipe that, or I mean, it doesn't really matter.
You know what? It's like a 6/7, so it's gonna be able to kill.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we want to. We don't care. The Helica Glider's not going to change the way this game goes.
No.
Famous last words.
Well, now it's big.
Now it's big, but we can fight it with a go for blood that matters.
Yeah.
Now we're going to 2-for-1 him. I mean, is that it loots? What does it do when he played that?
Yeah, rummages.
Okay, well, great. So we want to snipe him with a Porky Parrot eventually.
Hold on to this Lava Serpent because we're just going to be able to cast it.
Yeah. We're gonna Porky Parrot's gonna fight the Cloud Piercer.
Keep thinking it's like Snowpiercer. It's very different.
Yep, it is nice. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Pacifism's still a very, very good card.
But Pacifism's a good card, but he chose to pacify a Tim. I mean, and maybe it was the right call. I mean, if it was a 6/7 bashing in, it would have been bad news, but it still gives us action.
Yeah. Sometimes you just go with the removal you have.
So this 3/3 guy will be a problem eventually, I guess. But if we get a cycle, or if we cycle, we may just win here. We cycle the Lava Serpent. It taps down that guy. We get in for 4, and then we Zenith Flare for 4. And we have 1 for the Porky Parrot. So I think we win.
Well, we can't do these both unless we draw an untapped land.
No. Yeah, we cycle. It taps down the momentum, dude.
Yep.
And then we have our Zenith Flare big enough, and the Porky Parrot can ping as well. So we're going to be...
Yeah, I was going to say, unless we drew we couldn't do it this turn unless we drew an untapped land, which we did. Because we're amazing.
Yeah, well, we don't need the untapped land.
Well, this costs 4.
Oh. Yeah, we do need the untapped land. Gotcha. But Porky Parrot will... Yep. Nice. Are you going to make us time out?
Apparently that wasn't nice.
Okay. So we just ran through everybody with a Mardu cycler without the best cycler payoffs.
So today's experiment is that 2 heads are better than 1, by far.
By far.
Like 6,000% or something.
I think infinite percent because we have not lost.
That's how math works.
Yeah, exponentially better.
Yeah.
So, what do we think about the format in general?
I'm super pumped for this one. Like, there's a lot of sets that I really enjoy, but I didn't realize until getting to play it today just how much there's going on that I'd enjoy.
Yeah, I thought Theros was like a very good set. Like, if it's not in your top 5 or 10, I think it's a preference thing. I think, technically it was a very good set. This seems like it's going to be up to that challenge.
Yeah, I mean, Theros was like very well put together. It had a few pretty unreasonable bombs, so that
it's tough. I mean, it's tough because you have to, like, if they want Dream Trawler existing in Standard, then it has to exist in Limited, right?
Yeah, although it could have been Mythic, but anyway, that's the whole thing. But I'm saying, like, it was really well put together. It probably is an all-time great, but it wasn't as exciting as a lot of the stuff going on here for me.
Yeah. The mutate stuff is a huge sort of cost comparison thing.
There's a lot of deck building stuff that goes on. I mean, like, there's definitely complexity and some fiddliness of, like, all right, that guy only works for non-humans and this, that, and the other, and the order you play mutates, but...
Yeah, I mean, I was doing something in, like, my own draft where I would I mutated a Dirge Bat in my end step, and then I mutated on the Sacrifice guy on top of that. So in the course of like an end step and a main phase, I had done 2 targeted removals and a sack, right? And just totally blew. I mean, stuff like that. That's like, and like the cycling deck I played that I didn't do that great with, tons of timing and decision sinks. I actually had the cycling payoffs you wanted. I had the Raptor Reflection and the Lion Mirror thing. So I guess, I mean, we should probably just stop this forever because we've definitively improved ourselves.
Perfect.
You reap the rewards of trusting me. You now have like a extra amount of gems, and I guess we'll put this up and then get something out sometime later, next few days, week, whatever.
Yep, and I'll definitely be playing in the meantime
Me too.
to get a worse percentage.
Yes. Yeah. It's best to sandbag it so we look real good on the podcast / videocast / whatever this is.
That's definitely the reason.
Yeah. All right. I'm Dennis.
I'm Dave.
And we might be giants.
Two-headed giants.
Two-headed giants. We might be two-headed giants. Okay. Or they might be two-headed giants.